Hi everybody, Bill Kruger, and I'm a real estate agent with Caldwell Banker Apex here in McKinney, Texas. Say, there's been a lot of discussion and talk about the turning of the market here in North Texas and nationwide as a whole. But let me just talk to you a little bit about what I'm seeing. I tend to be more data driven than most other people, and there's some anecdotal comments in here to tell you a little bit about what's going on here in the Dallas-Fort Worth market. Quick recap, beginning last year, things were pretty crazy here in the DFW market. And even most recently this month, through May, prices are up 30% here in Collin County year over year, and they're up 4% from April of this year. So it's been a pretty hot market as far as prices are concerned, even though the number of sales have been falling. I think one of the things when you take a look at it is that the rise in interest rates beginning of this year, when they were at historic lows of about 3%, they rose very quickly to 5 and even 5.5% here at the beginning of May. And I think what you saw was a lot of people rushing in to buy a house before rates went even further. And I think what you're seeing now is that rates have gone up, and they've actually come back a little bit from 5.5 down to 5%. But the number of buyers out there has really shrunk. People are beginning to wait and see what's going to happen. And what you're tending to see right now is that even though prices have been rising, the number of sales have fallen significantly. As you can tell by the chart that I just put up, people rushed, the percentage of inventory that sold increased significantly once rates started increasing. We were seeing on Mondays and Tuesdays, which are the biggest days that properties go under market here in the Texas area, anywhere from 10 to 15% of the inventory was going under contract. That was people rushing in to buy a house and get it under contract because they thought rates would go even higher. Now what's happening is, as rates have kind of settled in at this rate, I think what you're seeing is buyers taking a wait and see attitude, thinking that prices will drop. I'm not so sure prices will drop. Sellers are really under no obligation to sell. They have a lot of equity. Unless there's some family emergency or something like that, I think history tells us that buyers, if they don't get the price they want, will just sit and wait until they get their price. And so that's what I think. I don't think you're going to see prices fall too much. The other side of it is this. I think if you're a buyer, now's a good time to be looking. And the reason why I say that is there's significantly less competition. I think that you can make offers close to list price, which in this market is really kind of a win for buyers these days, as historically properties have been selling anywhere from 9 to 10% over list. Now, if you're able to buy something much closer to list price, I'd kind of call that a win if I'm a buyer in today's market. Plus, you're going to have a lot more opportunities and a lot more inventory to look at without a lot of bidding. So this may be a good time if you're somewhat of a counter-cyclical person to be a buyer and be out looking for a home. The way I would kind of give it an analogy is this. It's a lot like the stock market. When bad news hits on a given company's stock, you tend to see price fall significantly. Then after a couple days, it comes back up as people digest the information and then jump back into the market as a buying opportunity. I think today's market, at least here in the DFW market, may be something akin to that this is buying on the bad news, and with prices and everything going back to a more stabilized version here in the near future. Anyway, this is Bill Kruger, Caldwell Banker Apex here in McKinney, Texas. Please feel free to reach out and contact me. My email address is billkrugerre@gmail.com, and my phone number is 214-843-1802. Hope you have a wonderful day.